Hi, Scott Orlin with Cinema-Magazin. There is a terrific new little mini-series coming your way called The Comey Rule, and the man who was playing James Comey himself, Jeff Daniels. Jeff, obviously over the course of your career, you have played real people, but they've been people that maybe have existed 30 years ago, 75 years ago, 100 years ago. Is there a difference in playing somebody who could be on the news this afternoon?
No, I treated it like any other character. You have to. I think it helped coming off of Atticus Finch on Broadway and To Kill a Mockingbird. You know, I was up against Gregory Peck, who was known and beloved and like an icon. He was like Mount Rushmore. And so I was kind of used to walking into something like that. And so I ignored that. And so I ignored trying to worry about Jim at all. He's such a great, compelling, dramatic character. You know, the things that Comey went through, you want your hero, if you're telling a story, to be between a rock and a hard place. And he was constantly, and that's what the film shows. And just as a dramatic role character to play, it had everything, you know? So, yeah, it was a great role. Great role. Whether the guy was around or not, it was a great role.
I would consider you probably a very well-versed man, but I'm wondering, even though I'm sure you knew some of the circumstances that happened when all this actually played out a couple of years ago, but having now immersed yourself into the role, what insights did you gain? Did you change an opinion maybe?
I'm not sure I had much of an opinion in October 2016. Maybe just, what is this about? Are you kidding me? You know, that. What I learned from it was the battle that these people take who have to be apolitical. And Jim was the first one that kind of came out and said, no, left or right, this is wrong. I'm taking notes. He can't get loyalty. This is a problem. We have a problem here. And then after him, and he stood up for the integrity of an apolitical organization, the FBI. So did Fiona Hill. So did Marie Yovanovitch. So did Colonel Vindman and others, William Taylor. That's what an apolitical American public servant looks like. And we don't recognize that in this country anymore. We recognize left or we recognize right. There is no such thing as apolitical. And there is. And Jim Comey was one of those. And he tried to hang on straight towards the rule of law and what is right, which is an apolitical position.
But I thought what was fascinating, and again, I'm not asking you necessarily to take a political view here, but his meetings with Trump and how you have such a dominant personality try to sway you. So removing ourselves from that particular moment, have you ever been in the presence of somebody who has that dominant of a personality who has tried to sway you or intimidate you?
Man, I would have to. Yeah, and it didn't go well. It didn't go well. Yeah, no, I usually spit back. Yeah. And I'm working on that. So the times I can remember being challenged like that, my reaction was to punch him back in the face harder, not literally, but with whatever my response was. And it usually either did that or, I didn't do it just to do it. I did it because I was right, and that he was wrong. So Jim did it differently. Jim was absorbing all of this and then had to act. And then when he did, it was interesting to talk to him yesterday. He wrote the book. He didn't want to write the book. And then he did, because people said people need to know the other side of the story, which is, one side is Jim Comey's a liar. And the other side is Jim Comey says, no, this is the truth. Believe him or not, but this is his truth. Write the book. And he had to be convinced to do this movie. And he felt that going into this election in November, that he wanted to do everything he possibly could. And that included writing the book and then saying yes to the movie and hoping it was good.
Well, thank you for sharing. It's absolutely terrific. And I hope you can be the head of the FBI. I feel in safe hands.
If they went back to fedoras, I'd be very happy.
Jeff Daniels, thank you so much. This is Scott Orlin. Until next time.